Before this episode starts, I just want to say a massive thank you to Peter Mills, Matt Cooper, Harry J and Plongstar Jr. Thank you for all the comments on the last couple of episodes. If you want to shout there, just keep commenting on the episodes down below. Also, tell your friends about the series. If the Swans fans, let them know. And thanks. What's going on, guys? This is Alec here, and welcome to episode number 17 of my Swansea City career mode. I'm really enjoying the series so far. As you can see here, we've put Shaw into the training sessions just to get his overall up a little bit. And this is the big one. Miguel Perez Cuesta, Michu, will be returning to Swansea at the end of the season. 10,000 a week. As you can see here, these are the players that I've shortlisted and want to try and get in for this January transfer window. They're all suggestions by you guys apart from Mohamed El Neni. I thought I'd put him in there just because he's a really versatile player, quite a good player for holding midfield. Someone mentioned that Leon Britton was coming to the end of his contract, and even though I'd like to keep him, obviously he's getting a bit older and I want a replacement for him. I don't really want someone, I can't remember who was suggested, but the likes of like Kabore were suggested, and as good a player as they are, I kind of want someone like Leon Britton, small, can operate good with the ball, and like that's his main attribute, the ball at his feet, got a lot of energy. I was thinking maybe Tom Carroll from Spurs. I'll probably put a bid in for him next episode. But as you can see, the likes of Jonas Svensson was recommended. Charles Kabore was also recommended. Joe Ledley and Wayne Hennessy both on free transfers. I was going to sign Joe Hennessy until I realised he wanted 50 grand a week, and I thought, no, I'm going to have to forget that. 50 grand a week is way too expensive, so I removed him from the shortlist. Dominic Solanke was another one requested to myself by someone, I can't remember who. Sorry, I'm mixing all the names, but Dominic Solanke is definitely a player that I would want to bring in. As you can see here, Jonas Svensson, they wanted 6.5 mil, so I offered them 4.1, I believe, and we'll send that one off. 23-year-old, I'm not sure how good he is, but Aidan Shaw, as you can see there, he came up to the senior team, and I've got to play 10 appearances with him. When Hennessy accepted, we're going to go ahead and accept that one straight away. He wants 45 grand a week. It is a bit expensive for a 30-year-old keeper. As you can see here, this is Shaw's ratings. The only problem is he's low, and he's only got 2-star skill moves. That's the biggest problem. But we'll probably play with him this season and then go on and sell him at the end of the season, or just keep loaning him out. But as you can see here, Jonas Svensson, the 4.1 million bid got accepted. Mohamed El Neni, as we acquired about a few of them, and we put bids in for the few of them. As you can see here, El Neni, 6.25 million. Charles Kabore, it's 10.5. I knew from the moment I got that email it wasn't too promising, because I don't really want to spend that much on a holding midfielder. But I thought, maybe if I can change Jack Hawk and swap them, although I wasn't too keen on that idea either. I quite like Jack Hawk. Dominic Solanke, he looks like he'll be coming to the club. 2.4 million, I'm more than happy spend, but I'll just try and knock a little bit off that price. On to the massive game, the semi-final of the EFL Cup up against Southampton, away from home. The first game finished 1-1, so I believe all we need is... the first game finished 0-0 rather. So I think, I don't know whether away goals matter in this, but you can see there, I think Stoke actually beat Chelsea. So if we manage to win this, we'll play Stoke in the final as opposed to Chelsea. A really strong Southampton team out here. Fraser Forster in goals along with a cracking backline. And a decent midfield there as well. I really like Southampton. They're a good football club. So our team here, we've put a lot more experience in there than we have done in the past in cup games. Got a lot of good players. Jack Hawk coming to his old club, Keeson Young, Montero, Llorente, Dyer. Then we've got a pretty strong back line, Van der Horn in there. I do want to apologise, guys. This room sounds a bit echoey right now. I've recorded a few episodes like this, and I've just now realised it is a tiny bit echoey. I don't know whether you guys can notice it, but that's just because I haven't got too much furniture in my room at the moment. But I'll be making steps towards that. Like I said, the setup tour will come soon. I'm just waiting for my third monitor to come, and then I'll set it all up and I'll show you guys. But good chance for Southampton here early on. Classy with a good back heel into Charlie Austin, and Southampton go 1-0 up. This game was a really, really tough game, and 20 minutes in, I knew I'd be under a lot of pressure, and I knew I'd have a game on my hands. Southampton put a better team out than they did last game as well, I believe. But yeah, the back heel from Jordy Classy to put Charlie Austin, and he's not missing them. 1-on-1, he's a great finisher. Just manages, it's a decent attempt from Christopher Nordveld to keep it out, but Charlie Austin scores. We go here 4 minutes later, we're trying to put on some pressure. Robertson down this left wing, into Montero, into Keeson Young. We'll find Fernando Llorente with some decent holder play. We're just taking our time into Angel Rangel. He'll go down the byline. cut it back, and now there's Llorente on the edge of the box we'll actually go to, into Wayne Routledge, into Montero, and a good move from us was nearly capitalised, nearly finished by Jefferson Montero, but we're unfortunate there not to score a goal. Still piling on pressure just before the half-time mark. Into Nathan Dyer. It's off the post. It hits the post and goes back into Fraser Foster's arms. He hit the post last time against them with a penalty, and he hits the post there with a shot. Nathan Dyer just can't seem to score against his old club, but we're still carrying on from the move. Fraser Foster cleared it out. We played it out to defence, and here's Robertson. He comes inside into Llorente. We'll find Routledge running through the middle. He'll go one-on-one with the keeper, and he scores in front of the Swans fans. He'll celebrate with them over there. I've said it last episode, I've said it the episode before, I'll say it again and again and again. Wayne Routledge behind the striker is my new favourite position for him. I've decided not to play him out on the left, and it's so hard because when it comes to like these cup games, I never know whether to play him there or Martin Odegaard. But Southampton with a really, really good chance here before half-time. It falls nicely for Austin, and he misses. How? Charlie Austin, I've just said that he's a really clinical striker. He can't be missing them. I don't know what happened here. I think Poole actually takes a really, really poor touch. I don't think I tried to pass it or anything. I think it was just a really, really poor touch. But that's going to be it for half-time. We let off there. 1-1, I'll take it into half-time. Considering the chance we just missed, I'll take that. But on to the second half, 15 minutes after the kick-off. Davis with a good tackle on Fernando Llorente there. Back into Adrian Silva, who came on off the bench. Into Classy. And Southampton have got a good bit of possession here, and Romulu takes a shot that's never really testing Christopher Nordveld. Onto Silva again here. He was really controlling things in the second half, but we managed to take the ball off him with Jack Cork. That's something he's really good at, is tackling and his defensive work. That's what he was signed for. But Nathan Dyer in the attack here. He'll play a good ball into Keeson Young. He hasn't got too many clear-cut options, but it comes into Odegaard. Still Odegaard into Llorente. Good tackle, and it comes to Aidan Shaw in his debut. And it's a good save from Foster. I can't remember what foot he actually was. I think he was left-footed. But yeah, 1-1 coming up to full time, and it finishes. Now, all my players are celebrating. I think we're through to the final. It didn't go to penalties or anything. I didn't think away goals mattered in the EFL Cup or the FA Cup. But I'm guessing they do. I'm still not too familiar with the rulings. I'd consider myself to be a pretty knowledgeable person when it comes to football, but I'm unsure about this role, and it looks like we're playing Stoke in the final. I'm guessing it works that way. My players were celebrating. I don't know. Let me know down below. But as you can see here, Svensson actually rejected the first contract offer. He wanted to know a squad role, so he said sporadic first team player. Still don't know what sporadic means. As you can see there, we've had a couple of bids rejected for the players that we went in for, so we'll just send a couple more. As you can see, I think we actually put... I wasn't too happy about this one, Charles Kapore. I didn't really want him too much anyway. Someone recommended him down below, and I thought I'll sign him, try him out, but they want a bit too much for him, so I pied that idea off. As you can see, Mohamed El Neni here. This is how much money we've got, guys. We've got 16 million, I believe, and 250k. So I could probably put it up a little bit more and have more transfer budget and less wages. But Svensson was being a little bit of a bitch, so we offered him a bigger squad role. And as you can see, FC Krasnodar, he's on big wages, Charles Kabore. I put a contract offer in anyway to see where we stood. Chelsea also accepted transfer offer, 40,000 a week for a 19-year-old Dominic Solanke. I don't mind paying it because I know he'll be good in years to come, but as you can see here, every player that we offered a contract to has accepted. So I have to make the big decision on who to sign and who not to sign. Solanke definitely coming in 1.9 million. I think that's a bargain. On to Charles Kabore. Never too keen from him from the start, so we kind of stalled in that one. Jonas Svensson, I'm sorry, Matti and Petter. I'm sorry. I had to reject that one. I've got Angel Rangel. I've got Kyle Norton, and I just didn't really want to sign a right back at the moment. We actually rejected Charles Kabore and went to sign Mohamed El Neni, but we've got too much players in the squad at the moment, so I don't know. I will maybe try and sell players. I don't want to sell players for the sake of selling players, but some players may have to leave the club. On to our next game here in the FA Cup up against West Bromwich Albion. Dominic Solanke, we decided to throw him straight in the first team. make his debut. There he is, 6'1" striker. I didn't realise he was actually that tall. He's got a decent bit of pace about him. He looks like a really, really good player. So in the future, he'll be a really good striker for us. But for right now, I think we'll stick with Baston. Here's our team. It's pretty much an under-21s team. If you look, like nearly every player there is under-21, apart from Emnes and Nordvelt. I think a couple of players here and there are like 22, 23. But it's a really, really young team up against West Brom. The FA Cup isn't something that I was particularly going for. As you can see, maybe something that they were going for. This is their team. Hal Robson-Kanu left on the bench, so that's an instant advantage for me. Jordi Amat, ex-Swansea player, starting for them. They signed him for £16 million. We still haven't invested that back in to the club, so I'll have to look about that one. But Jonathan Leko, he's coming up against his former team. Actually played for West Brom. Probably never played a senior game for them, but he's playing here for us today. Josh Sheehan on the ball, over to Leko. He's got a good chance here to make something happen. He gets inside Chadley. Will he shoot? He will shoot. It comes nicely for Josh Sheehan, and he scores on his debut for me. I don't think that's his first senior appearance. Right, I got it out in the end. His first senior appearance for the Swans. I think he has actually played in a cup game before. But yeah, he's been out on loan a lot, and he's come back. I only threw him in this game just because I thought there's a lot of under-21 players in here. I may as well chuck him in as well. But he gets a goal for us, so he repays us. Matty Phillips here with a decent attempt. That's a good shot, but Nordvelt not worrying too much. Good scoop turn here from Marvin Emnes, who did create a lot the whole game. West Brom managed to deal with that pass eventually, but Emnes wins it back, and it's a ball through to Dominic Solanke. He's just wide on his weaker foot. Unlucky not to score there, and that's half-time. 1-0 we'll take it. This was a pretty boring game, as I expected. West Brom are a pretty boring team, but we get ourselves a chance here just after the half-time mark. Marvin Emnes with a good tackle. Well, it's a tackle. Puts it through to Dominic Solanke. Just hasn't got the pace to burst past Jordi Amat there, and it's a decent save by Myhill, I believe that is in the end. Saido Berahino with a good ball here through to Rondon. He just breezes past Alfie Mawson like he's not there and holds him off. He's got a good chance here. He shoots. Pretty much chance gone. I don't know why he didn't go inside the box there to Saido Berahino. So we'll let off for the chance there. But West Brom piling on the pressure in the second half. It's a tame shot into Christopher Nordvelt's hands. We actually managed to get an attack off their attack. It's Jay Fulton with a good ball forward, aimed for Jonathan Leko, but it falls nicely to Marvin Emnes, into Solanke, back into Emnes, who tries a little Berber spin. He'll play Solanke through on goal, 1-on-1 with the keeper, kind of, but he skies it, and that's going to be it for this episode. I'll take it. We played a really, really young team up against West Brom. I like these cup games. It helps me experiment a bit with the team, and yeah. Thank you for watching this episode. I'll see you next episode. 2 cup games this game. There'll be league games in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I shall see you next time, and peace.